Brandon Daniels here. Today I'll be showing y'all how to make the perfect Eggo waffle. Now y'all might be asking yourselves, why do I want to know how to make waffles? Well, I'll tell you. So scientists have proven that while breakfast is the most important meal of the day, waffles are one of the easiest meals to make, so therefore waffles are your most important meal of the day. So before I get started though, we better go over all the materials. Toaster, log cabin syrup, plate, fork and a knife, and of course 3 home-style frozen Eggo waffles. Now before we get started, you're going to want to make sure you have all of the appropriate safety materials. Let's do it. So first you want to get your toaster out. Make sure you plug the plug into the outlet. Now you're going to want to get your waffles out. It's going to be very important that you take the waffles directly from the freezer and put them in. Say if you leave them sitting around for a while, they're going to get soggy and that will ruin your whole waffle making experience. Now before we get started, we want to make sure we go over the temperature because this is going to be the biggest variable and the biggest obstacle y'all are going to have to overcome. Now, my toaster, I prefer to have slightly below the 4, as you can see here. One of the things you have to remember while making waffles is that you always want to shoot for undercooked. That way you can cook it a little more. Say if you overcook it, you're going to have burnt waffles, and nobody likes burnt waffles. So now you're going to push the lever down and let's get going. So first you want to get your syrup, your plate. Now the reason why you do this all during while the waffles are cooking and not say before or after is because you want to be multitasking. And many of y'all are going to be in a hurry, just like myself, when you're making breakfast in the morning. And so you want to be most efficient with your time. Our ice maker doesn't work. I know this is unsanitary, but and neither is the water. Alright. So now while the waffle is cooking, there's some strategies we want to make sure we go over first. When the waffle is going to be most ready to be done is when the sizzling reaches its climax. Right now you can't hear any, but it'll get there. And basically right now it's just a waiting game. Alright, now so they've gone through the first cycle, went through the 4, and like I said, you always want to shoot for a little undercooked. And right now you can see they're not really as crispy as we want them yet. So we're going to plug them back in. Turn the dial all the way down to the slowest setting just in case you forget, but obviously, we won't. Alright, so we skipped ahead again, and now they are just about the perfect Eggo waffle. One thing I forgot to mention is between the first one that we did and the second toasting, you want to make sure you flip and turn. That way you get a more even cooking of the waffle because some toasters, they don't all cook the same evenly. Anyway, so now is the second most important part is putting the syrup on the waffle. Now, what you do for the first one is you do a light zigzag formation glaze of the donut. You want to make sure just, not too much. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to drown the waffle in syrup. Wait, now you take your fork and all the excess that you have you drain over into this waffle. It's not going to be a whole lot. It's not going to, fill up the whole waffle. But what it does is, it's going to give this waffle a nice, thin, even layer and really provides the best flavor. Now you're going to do the same thing what you did earlier, the zigzag formation. Found this to be the best. To this one, and then you're going to drain this excess syrup onto the plate. Now what this does is, say you find there's not quite enough, you have a little dipping, syrup for later. And now we are all ready to go. Time to enjoy.
Thanks, Brandon.
No problem. Now, I hope this has helped y'all with y'all's breakfast making experience. And if you have any questions, come find me in y'all's speech class. And have a good day.